Welcome back to the St. John Speed Shop, fellow modelers. The 65 Mercury Comet Cyclone is finished, and I'd like to thank 60's Rule for hosting the group build. It gave me a good excuse to pull this one out of the stash. Pretty good kit, looks good when finished. I'm still not deciding whether or not I'd recommend it for a beginner. There were a few small issues. I think if you had a few kits under your belt, you'd be able to pull this one off no problem. But let's get into it. I used Tamiya Candy Lime Green for the body, and it's just a fantastic color. It's just awesome. I want to make this car a little bit sportier than stock, so I went with the racing stripes on the hood, and I blacked out some of the grille. I don't know if that was an option on some models, or saw pictures with cars that had a full chrome grille and some were blacked out, but I liked the way it looked. Wheels came out pretty nice in this car. How do I do this? I highlighted them with, or shaded them with Tamiya Black Wash, and clear coated them, and then painted the spokes semi-gloss black. I think it's a pretty sharp look. Yeah, I'm happy with the results in this one. And the car is a real aggressive stance. I think that's the way they came stock. I was looking at pictures online, and that's a high stance. I mean, it's really cool looking. Let's get under that hood. Everything came out nice under there. Everything fit like it should. No problems. Now, if you remember from one of the earlier vids, the body was warped, and it did become a problem because the windshield, I taped it in place. Well, I glued it. How did I do that? Taped it down. First I pumped the glue in, and then I put the windshield in place, then taped it where I wanted it to be, to hold it there, and when I took the tape off, the windshield popped loose because the body was warped. So I was able to correct that by running a bead of glue on top of the chassis here under the left front fender, and held it down for a bit, and that took care of it. And then voila, windshield's sitting where it should be. Because the glass in this car installs from the outside, which makes it's nice. It's easy to install, but you're definitely going to need some clear drying cement for that. Definitely don't want to use super glue. Interior looks good with that green paint. Nothing spectacular under there. One more issue I had with this build was the rear bumper. There's two pins in the bottom of the body that fit into the rear bumper, but the holes in the bumper are too far apart, and it's never going to work. It's just too widely spaced. So I trimmed them off, the pins, and just super glued the bumper to the body. So you got to be careful there. There was no problem with that. There's plenty of contact area. But just to be safe, I gave it another shot of clear after it was attached. Tail lights were kind of a pain because there's so much little area to get the paint there and then get the excess off. Chrome's still got a bit of a red tint to it, but well, still looks cool. Lettering on the trunk came out nice. Painted them, the letters, hand painted them, and then shaded it, and they pop real nice. But it is a pretty good kit. I got no complaints with it. Just a few small issues. The front bumper fit fine, and like the back, it had pins from the body that fit into the bumper, but I super glued it Put it in place. I went to test it and it came right off. It didn't look like there was any glue on the holes in the bumper. So I'm not even sure it made contact. But it's still a secure fit. You know, I ran a bead of super glue along this piece in between the bumper and the body and glued that to the body. And rock solid, no problem. So even if the bumper doesn't make contact like it's supposed to, it goes together nice, no problem. It's rock solid. But, you know, definitely a cool kit. Easy build. I think I would recommend this for a beginner. There's just a few spots you gotta be careful with, but it'd help if you had a few kits under your belt. But I really like the stance on this car. I mean, that's just real aggressive looking. I mean, that sits high. Not even close to the stance of a car in the box art. That's actually relatively low to the ground. But this is a really cool kit. I'd recommend it easily. You know, just a lot of fun to build. Looks good when you're done with it. The decals I used all laid down pretty good. No problems there. And overall, really enjoyed it. I mean, I bought this kit because it's a Moebius kit. I just was betting on the quality, and I'm glad I did. Glad 60's Rule hosted the group build, gave me a chance to attack this one. And that lime, the candy lime green paint really makes it pop. Really enjoyed this kit. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for following along. And with that, I'm going to go shut my trap, upload this video. As usual, no idea what I'm going to build next, but it'll be something cool. You guys have a good one, and I am out this month.